And what I'm actually going to take you through
One of the most powerful.
is a practice that I've been doing. I guess I combine it and depending on where I am at in terms of life, lifing and what I'm calling on it in and what comes up as I'm calling things in. But what I really have found and what I'm seeing a lot more in this group and like just women in business in general and myself is the addiction to, scarcity, fear, lack, struggle, and this lower version of ourselves and um, what we really allow ourselves to expand into and have. Like we are our own limitation. And this is something that I have been doing for years and really is the only reason why I have grown. Like I genuinely hands on heart say that is from the internal game, the energetics, and like moving through this stuff. And the number one thing that I really have found is when I don't feel safe, I cannot receive. I don't receive when I feel safe. And what I've really, and I shared that in the tips and tools the other day around like what I was really witnessing and playing with the energetics of this client and what she was presenting to me versus what was happening in my life. And then just playing with the energetics of that and really witnessing with curiosity and observing. Um, and what I really have found is the nervous system is like number one key when it comes to like business and receiving and money. And so many of us really are tapped in, and our nervous system is really ingrained in this way. And it just continues to like set back to that. And it's kind of what I shared around when I don't feel safe. The number one thing that I try and control is money. I go into scarcity and lack still to this day, and I have really no reason to. And it still like boggles me. I'm like, what? But now it's just like I notice it, I witness it. If I'm starting to go into money stuff, I'm like, oh, I don't feel safe. My wounded masculine is trying to find some kind of, or my feminine is trying to find, my nervous system is finding what feels safe and familiar in some way that she can find some certainty and control. And so my number one job is to regulate my nervous system and bring safety into the body. And what I have found is whenever I feel really safe in my body is when I receive a lot more and when the universe opens up, because the body cannot receive if it's not feeling safe in the nervous system. And I know we can tell ourselves that we feel safe or regulated in the nervous system, but quite often it's that like energetic charge undercurrent that is so deeply ingrained in the nervous system that we don't prioritize safety and nervous system regulation on a daily set point. And this is something that I have not missed. And I say that with so much pride. I have not missed for, when did I study with Awaken? Like 5 years, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, like 5 years of daily regulation. And it's something that I think, you'll hear a lot on the internet, like fucking everything is like one way, this way, that way, this way. Like find what works for you. And quite a lot of people I find will say, on the internet around, oh, not having a morning routine or regulation thing. Yeah, that may work for some people, but quite a lot, it doesn't work for them too. And it's a lot of people that say that thing that are not, that are using time as an excuse that they can't have that. And I say time is an excuse. Time is not given, it is created. Time is also like money, it is a frequency that we can bend and create time. But quite often it's the same current that we're in around time, because time is a resource and money is a resource. And when we're lacking and we're addiction to the lack and the struggle, we don't have the resources, do we? And we cannot create. We can't create, but we cannot receive. And so I'm going to take you for a practice and I'm going to record it and then I'm going to chop it out that you guys can, if you want, guide through. And it's just going to be like, I've just been playing with intertwining everything into like one practice around nervous system regulation, being in the body, witnessing what's there, moving it through, connecting into self-love. Like these are the essences to set you up for the day to actually have the business of your fucking dreams. Like genuinely. And it really does get to be that simple. And what I've really witnessed over the last few months, and like as I mentioned last year, I really started like, oh, trying to fit myself in a box and like, oh, strategy. And what I realized is a lot of you didn't have the essence of the strategy. So it's all there and needed. But the way that I've really built my business is from this. Like from energetics. And it actually, like, that's what I pride myself on. That's what I really want you guys to understand because business gets to be so fucking easy. Like, actually does. We don't need a hustle. And it's all these little pieces that, it's like my mentor said to me, in business, there are no solutions, only trade-offs. And so can we trade off a little bit of time for something to actually set ourselves up to receive for the day and be in the energetic like compound of receiving and healing in a relationship, so we can heal our relationship with money and time and all these things and get what it is that we deserve. So closing down your eyes. And first we're going to do, so what I usually do is I breathe. And quite often when I'm doing my 10 breaths, I do 3 sets of 10. Sometimes I don't even get to that because I'm just like in my movement, or in like sound starts coming up, or I start getting frustrated. So this is the whole point of the breath, is you're not just sitting here breathing, like things come up as you're breathing, and that's the whole point, because it's your life force energy that's sifting and shifting energy through the body that wants to be moved. It wants to be moved through expression. It wants to be moved through movement. So yeah, I was just going to guide you. So just closing down your eyes when you're ready. And first we're going to just take off with some breaths. So just breathing in through your nose, and on that exhale, we're really like allowing the exhale to fall and let go. And so first of all, I like to ground. So closing down your eyes and just imagining your breath going all the way down to your root chakra, and imagining that nice golden cord now going from the base of your spine all the way wrapping down into the center of the earth. Taking a moment to breathe and let your body, I like to let my body feel like it's actually like landing and coming all the way down. I'm like rooting and like letting my body get heavier as I fall through the earth, connecting into Earth's core. And sometimes here I feel pings literally in those canine points in my base of my foot. Sometimes I'll feel tingling in my feet. Sometimes I'll feel my root chakra exhale. And sometimes nothing at all. Just allowing yourself to just be fully landing, breathing down into the earth, breathing that up all the way back up to your body now. Taking a moment to breathe into your heart space. Smiling internally, connecting into self-love for yourself, taking a moment to connect. And then usually before I start breathing, I actually move my body. I stretch it. So I move, and usually I'll go down, kind of like child's pose, and stretch my back, stretch my hips, and I'm breathing deeply here. Just stretching my body, like letting any tightness, tense, just the energy to shift and move through the body. Where there's stagnant energy, there's blocks. And so I breathe and stretch. I twist my hips, I move my body. I just start connecting and letting my body know that I'm here. We're about to go inwards. Sometimes already I'll start to have frustration start to arise. I'll just shake that out. Sometimes I'll have emotions that actually just start to be present, and I'll just stop and I'll let myself feel. There is absolutely no routine or rigidness with this practice. It's just whatever arises when it's ready to do so. And then when I feel ready, I'll start my breaths. And so nice deep in-breaths now. And I can count you. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. You may feel energy in your body. You may feel, sometimes I even feel frustration at this point and I'll start shaking my body. And one more deep breath in on that inhale, holding your breath. And then you're squeezing your internal body as you hold, holding, holding, holding. And on the exhale, letting it all go. And then you hold on the emptiness on the exhale. Holding, holding. And while you're holding, let your womb drop. Soften the womb while you're still holding your breath. Take a moment to take 2 nice breaths in and out, softening the breath. And then you're going to take another 10 breaths here. So breathing in. Nice deep inhales, exhaling it out. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Deep full breath in on that inhale. You're holding your breath, clenching your perineum, clenching all of your internal system as you hold, hold, hold. Holding, 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 and letting it go all the way out, and holding on the exhale. And as you hold here, dropping the womb, softening the solar plexus, opening the heart. And starting to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose or mouth. And here you may want to go through another round of 10, but for today I'm going to guide you through. And so just as always, like, take this as your practice. Like, sometimes you may want to do more breaths. Sometimes you feel like you want to just like move the body. And so here I like to just sit in the stillness. So imagining an empty space in front of you, an empty space to your left. You're just dropping fully into the nothingness, into empty space and time as a pure molecule. Emptiness behind you. Emptiness to your right. Extend all of that out, the darkness, the emptiness, the nothingness, all around you, extending that out far and wide. As you are sitting here with no internal addictions, just in the nothingness, and I'm just going to set a timer for 5 minutes here. And you notice your mind wandering, or maybe in this place, and this is where I let my body take the lead. Sometimes I'll feel intensity start to arise in my body, and sometimes this is what wants to be seen now that I've actually stopped and let it be felt. And so if there's something here for you to feel into, maybe it's a sensation, maybe it's an emotion, just be present with it. Let it pass through. Sometimes intense, strong, energetic sensations start to arise in my body, and I just sit and I just be present with it. And I let it guide me to reveal. Right now, you're sitting in the nothingness and you're letting yourself be present. with nothing. Falling into the empty space. Letting yourself come into the attachment of nothing. Complete 0 point. And now we are going to evoke our inner masculine. Just letting yourself feel that feeling of being held and supported by yourself, by your inner masculine, that strength, that bank, that holding support. No matter how far you fall, there's always that supportive feeling. And now now I want you to feel that support of the inner masculine and letting your inner feminine completely let go. Paying attention to your lower chakras one by one, softening completely, energetically and through your muscles. Now you are completely letting go of the internal body. You are falling into the nothingness, and you are letting your womb, your root chakra, your solar plexus, your heart just completely open and let go. And as you do this practice, I want you to notice little parts of you that try and cling on. Perhaps it's a flinch in the body. Maybe it's a feeling of resistance. Maybe it's a feeling of fear. Maybe it's a feeling in the body, a tension. I want you to notice what's here and just let it go. You keep working on these parts to keep completely letting go. You were just letting the body open, fall, and surrender, completely letting go. Letting your body know that you are so safe now, that you are here in this moment and you are so safe. Letting your body feel what safety feels like. Sometimes it's still living in the past or an illusion of fear and scarcity and struggle. And the more we teach our body that we are safe in the here and now, and we teach our body to learn how to feel safe, reality watches and meets us there. It bends to meet that. Completely softening and releasing every slight little clinging on. We are unhooking. We are releasing. We are letting go. Softening every part of the body. Notice how much your body unconsciously clenches, bracing for impact that doesn't even exist. Letting go. And you can, in your own time, if you're doing this practice again, you can stay here for a little longer, completely up to you. And now what I do is I build my inner power, and then I'm going to move it through self-love, embodiment dancing. So I caress my face, I slowly caress my arms and my body, and I move my body around. But before I do this, or while you're doing this, I want you to feel into your solar plexus, your inner power source, your truth of who you truly are, your mission, your highest, most evolved self. Bringing her into your body now and feeling your power, your light start to build and expand. Start to love your body. Start to connect in with that feeling of self-love. Building that inner life force of power, of truth, of your soul's mission, of who you truly are. It's gonna take a bit of work. Remind your body. And we're gonna just dance to this song. We're gonna feel our bodies. We're gonna feel our self-love, our feminine safety in the body, that everything's okay. Because people come and go, but I think you should know that I think this will work. It's gonna take a little time, but with you by my side, I won't let go till I've got what's mine. 'Cause people come and go, it's gonna take a bit of work. Oh, now that you're here, whoa, work. It's gonna take a bit of work. And slowing down your movements. You start to bring your body back, taking a moment to breathe into your heart, feeling so fucking proud of yourself, feeling so much love, feeling your truth of who you truly are. Kind, amazing, powerful woman who is capable of anything. And when you're ready, you can bring yourself back to your screen. And so that's kind of in a nutshell how I take my practice. And then again, as I mentioned, like sometimes something will come up that wants to be seen. And it'll be like, the pillow practice basically is how I guide myself in that. I'll start with like a strong sensation arises in the body, and then I'll let it lead me and take me what's there. Or I may have an emotion or expression that wants to come up in any of those things that we did, and I just let myself do it. I don't be like, nope, we're supposed to be sitting in the nothingness here. Like I'll just take where my body wants to guide me. And same with the nothingness practice. I kind of kept you there for like only really 5 minutes. I do that for a little bit longer. Yeah, and then I do my concept work after that. Yeah. Yeah. And it's quite a good way to do it afterwards because you have cleared out like energy through your field, but then you've also sat in the nothingness, which is like the zero point of creation. Like this is how you fucking manifest, like power speed, is by being able to detach from the unconscious addictions, and control, and your body feels safe. So regulating the nervous system, bringing safety in the body, letting like as feminine beings too, like this is nervous system regulation is moving the body, is expressing through sound, through rage, through frustration of shaking, you know? And so depending on how you feel, it's going to look different every single day. And that's the whole point is we want to be in the body, not like a rigid routine of it.